We have to talk about the elephant in the room, okay? And the elephant in the room is today's society and the economy. Who the hell is going to buy these expensive ass trucks? And let me know, because I'm not a truck person. I would love to be a truck person, but trucks are very expensive. So I had one YouTuber tell me that all I do is run numbers, and can you see that? Yeah, okay. And yes, you're very correct. I do run numbers. I talk about numbers because numbers are tangible data that you can sit here and support, or you can go against somebody's argument, okay? And looking at the data in 2025, there were 2.5 million. Okay, so let's do the numbers. 2.5 million repos. That's in 1 year. And 40% of those were trucks. So you think about it, 2.5 million, 40% of those repos were trucks. And then you go deeper, 800,000 trucks are sitting currently at the dealerships because people don't want to pay these astronomical prices. And then you look at it, Ram decides to bring out these muscle pickup trucks. And we know about the prices. The 5.7, it's going to start around, I think with destination, I think around 62,000. Then you're going to have the 392 version. And I think if you're doing just the baseline version, that is going to put you up 75. And then if you start to get the performance and you get the mods to it, that is closer to 80. And then when you're talking about the SRT, the 6.2 Hellcat engine, you're talking about $95,000+. Okay. So that is where we're at. And if you look at time in Historica data, 14 years ago or years ago, the average truck was around $43,000. Okay. Now, the average truck is around $62,000. And we're not talking about trying to, like $43,000 back in the day, that gave you a decent car. Okay, so we're talking about, it gave you like a Chevy Silverado LTZ with the leather and everything, $43,000. Now, if you try to get a truck for $43,000, you're getting a 4-cylinder. You might as well. Your damn car don't know if it's a truck or a damn car. Okay, it has an identity issue. It doesn't know. And as a man, I can only assume if you're going to buy a truck, you want a big boy. I don't think you want to go sit here and buy a Miata type kind of truck. But I could be wrong. Not only are we talking about the prices, okay, I think a lot of times too, there's a misconception when people start to see multiple people on social media. You have to look at how the numbers stack up monthly, okay? And I'm telling you right now, and go look at T-Lights, okay? He had an excellent video. He owns a TRX, and he was basically showing how much it takes to fill up gas weekly. He fills up, I think, 2 times a week. And to fill up, it's $200 a pop. Okay, that's just for gas. When I had my Hellcat, I showed you guys in previous videos, every 3 days, depending on how hard I ran it. And I told you, I always ran mine in track because I like the sounds and I love to kind of shift and everything, being stupid with the car. I was $80+ every 3 days. Okay, so that's just for gas. Then you have to look at the maintenance of it. If you have superchargers, if you have all of these things, you have to take care of these vehicles. Not only that, I don't hear anybody talking about the damn insurance. Okay, so your insurance is going to be a huge difference compared to a regular Toyota outside. Now, for me and a lot of V8 owners, we understand that. So my insurances have always been high because I have all V8s in my garage. Oh, and I forgot. I totally forgot. If you're in Virginia, property tax, okay? So just alone for my V8, okay, when I had the Hellcat, it was, when I first bought it, almost $1,000 every 6 months just for that car. Okay, we're not talking about my other vehicles. So every 6 months, you're talking about, and I can give you figures, okay? Every 6 months, I was paying anywhere from $35 to almost $4,000 for when I had the Hellcat. Now I don't have the Hellcat, so it's a little bit cheaper now. I still have the EV, got the Corvette. I have my Dark Horse. And then I have my dad's vehicles and other vehicles too. But it's expensive. Just for property tax, okay? So when you're talking about insurance, and I don't pay mine monthly, I pay mine every 6 months. We're talking about, so let me see for my cars, because I got different policies. So $3,000 for one policy. Then you have another policy was $2,000, and these are every 6 months when they come in, okay? Monthly, 6 months, etc. And then on top of that, say you need new tires. We're not talking about you can just go in here at Walmart and you get certain tires. No, we're talking about you need tires based on what you do. So tires can be anywhere from $2,000 on up. If you're looking at wheels, so wheels can be expensive. So we're talking about $2,000, $3,000 for wheels, and it just adds up and adds up and adds up. So I am trying to give you the whole truth about what it takes to own these vehicles. And just think about a truck. Think about the truck tires. Alone, the truck tires. And if you decide to get this SRT Hellcat Rumblebee, these prices will mirror what I just told you, and especially if you're in Virginia. Like I said, everybody's insurance is a little bit different. With my 19-year-old son, if you have a boy, at the time he was 16 too, super expensive, okay? So we have to incorporate all of the facts, all of the numbers, whoever had said that comment out there, because we are everyday working people. Now, if you are born with a golden spoon, tops off to you. If you don't have to sit here and budget and look at where your finances are going in and out monthly, then this video doesn't apply to you. But the average person, it does, and we need to be practical. So I'm just curious, I want to see those numbers, okay? I want to see Q4's numbers that actually shows how many people have really pre-ordered these vehicles. I want to know, because I just don't want to hear the hype. And then I want to look at it because the other trims are not going to come out till 2007 and beyond. I want to know how people are going to respond to the price. And then we talked about the markups. I want to know. So we're going to lock in this video and remember this video. And then we're going to come back to this video when we have that data to say, you know what? She was actually right. And you got to think about it too. From a car enthusiast or you just being into cars, these prices, you're expecting somebody to pay these crazy prices on a GT500, or we're talking about a Corvette, a C8 Z06, or some crazy number for a truck, And again, I'm not saying that the 6.2 engine is not a badass engine. The question is, would you be willing to buy these things? And let me know. I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense to me. Now, can I see myself going out here and buying the 5.7? Okay, maybe. Do I feel like that's the best option? No. But if I had to pick all three, even though I would today, because your girl likes to be flamboyant and I want to be seen and heard when you drive down the street, I would love that SRT Rumblebee truck. I mean, hands down. If I had the money, I would add it to the collection. But I would do the 5.7 because they already told you can do that direct connection and you can soup up that bad boy, and you can have crazy horsepower for that. To get in a situation where a couple years ago we saw it, people were buying Hellcats for ridiculous prices, and that's why people had to basically get rid of the Hellcats. You saw these people had negative equity in their vehicles. I mean, some people $120,000 for the Hellcat. But enough with the rambling. I'm just letting you know, do your homework, run those numbers, whatever you choose to do. You set a goal and work toward it, and I will talk to you in another video. Peace.
It's a majestic beat.